In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ketchup Court. I go by the name of Heinz, your friendly neighborhood ketchup man, and this is Source and Order. This is where things get a bit spicy here. This is the show that we break down cases. We go into the locker of the cases that I may not have had an opportunity to cover for this particular year, or any year for that matter. You know, them cases that, you know, time just couldn't permit, and we pick one out of those and look back and ask, why did the verdict reach this verdict? Did something go wrong during this whole process? Why certain choices was made by either side? You know, the ordering, all those things, etc. Motives for the witness, you know, and overall credibility issues. You know, overall the impact that these strategies and each witness had in possibly the final outcome of the case that was, you know, rendered. So for this particular, we've been taking an in-depth look in regards to the Monica Sementilli trial since episode 4, and we reached a turning point on episode 9. For those that don't know, Monica Sementilli was accused of being part of a conspiracy, basically first-degree murder, to murder her husband Fabio. And to be quite fair, if you've been following us, you would know how dumb the entire plot was when you look at from day one. It's just, you just see the killers running to the front door, and you're wondering, what kind of criminal masterminds are these? But as we got to break down and gone through each week, each day of the case, we got to actually learn that this was actually, there was a real reason why it happened that way, and it came from Christopher Austin. And ever since then, I personally believe the defense has been on the back foot since. So today on this episode, we are going to continue with our breakdown of the of Robert Baker's cross-examination. We stopped last time when I believe there was a transition from the questioning into Baker's affairs, etc., with other women. So Baker, for those that don't know, is Monica Sementilli's affair partner, the person that she cheated on Fabio with. So it was pretty interesting to see Monica's reactions all through, you know, from the direct examination that he had since, I believe, episode 12. We started doing that. I think he came on week 7, sometime in week 7, and now he is gonna testify. Basically, we're now on his cross-examination. We done it on the last episode. We're just continuing on and finishing off here, and then we're gonna move on to breaking down the daughter's testimony, Isabella Sementilli, because I noticed there was a lot. It links back a lot to what Curtis Davis, who we dissected on we went through his examination at length on episode 7, I believe. But he was one of the data analysts that was bringing out Monica's Instagram followings and, you know, posts and all of that, and merging it together with the evidence in store. So yeah, it was literally surprising, and her testimony, Isabella Sementilli's testimony, kind of links back to that in a unique way, and we're going to be doing all of that on this particular episode. So let's just continue on. Let's go into the first MVP, the most valuable person, the most valuable party for the defense, because it is now their case in chief. It is Robert Baker. Let's get into it.
Such a chronic case, right?
It was a lewd and serious act of a minor.
You and the defendant communicated through a texting app. So why is it then that the night of the murder, you deleted the application and all the relevant data regarding Viber from your phone?
Viber was glitchy. It was very glitchy.
that was a bit of the last episode, and as you can tell, it was mainly going through the method of communication that was happening on that day and the reasons why these communications were existing the way that they did. If they had nothing to hide, with Viber being a whole encrypted app service, as you can hear, he was saying that the reason why he was going in and out of Viber is because of it was glitchy. I mean, not really going in and out of Viber, but it's just why he was using Viber so much, and he's trying to make up the excuse that it was a glitchy app. So he ended up downloading WhatsApp, and then somehow WhatsApp was always part of his. Look, I'm not gonna interrogate his cross-examination yet because it's not over, but just some of the things that I thought was just weird that stuck out from last week's show. So these are the things that the defense just to kind of go over again, not go over, but just give a kind of a reminder. From what happened on direct examination, there was some key information that came out that the state has to pretty much handle and kind of put it together, kind of put it away in a neat bow. So Monica, Baker testified that Monica was a complete and total wreck at the funeral. This is something that the state has to attack during this cross-examination, because there's a lot of testimony from the state that they have provided from their witnesses in regards to this event, what was happening at the funeral, that wasn't quite clear, in my opinion. I think it's only Efrain Gutierrez, one of the detectives that was at the funeral, that kind of gave a definitive view, but everything else was kind of ambiguous. So with Baker now coming in and saying that she was a total wreck, he kind of is very definitive, and he kind of sends the impression that, maybe the people testifying for the state are just biased against Monica. But they also have the testimony in regards to Monica calling Baker a effing murderer, which I think is easy to kind of contend with, because, I mean, you call him that and then you end up marrying him. They can probably gloss over this without even caring about it, but but there it is. That's a fact that they have to look over. And the testimony about making it look like a home invasion, that's probably the most damning one, because that's what the idea was, and now Baker has come to it and said, yeah, that's what I wanted it to look like. It was a home invasion. It kind of helps his whole motive to doing all this, because he says he wanted to kill Fabio to get with Monica and be with her completely, without interruption or whatever. So if he's saying he wanted to make it look like a home invasion, and that's what Monica said, then it narrows what the prosecution has to play with into such a box that, they have to kind of tie now Monica to that plan. They have to put her as a central piece in that plan. And if Christopher Austin didn't do that too well, it's very difficult, because again, Christopher Austin was only basing everything of his on inferences, really. If we cast our mind back to episode 9, when he gave testimony about him and Baker and Monica having discussions over the phone, I think on cross-examination it came out that it was hard for him to overhear something. He couldn't definitively say it was Monica. He just knew that that Baker was dating Monica at the time, and he put 2 and 2 together. So even though it's persuasive, it's still not conclusive, because he still hasn't said, yeah, I definitely saw Monica's details on the phone. Yeah, I definitely heard Monica's voice on the phone. Or yeah, it was a speakerphone conversation. Austin's testimony, basically, that's the hardest evidence that they have, on top of they being the state. That's the hardest evidence the state has from Austin, on top of the fact that they have data from Mitzi Roberts, and Mitzi Roberts and Cy Ray, the data analyst and the previous lead detective. both of them have presented data to show that there was activity from Monica around the time of the murder, because Davis also showed data of Wi-Fi connectivity activity with the DVR from Verizon that puts Monica as being able to see what was happening at that point, at least data point wise, from a data standpoint. There's of course no proof that she was actually watching that, unless they managed to get it from the store that she was in to show that she was actually watching on her phone, but that didn't happen. So let's move on to the Robert Baker, where he's now going to give testimony in regards to the interactions that he had with people after the murder. So Paula McCulloch has been mentioned a lot in this case. We still don't know anything about her. She was first mentioned when Matthew Nurse was on the stand, I believe, and she was part of the racquetball group that they were in. Elise Buell mentioned her as well, one of the participants in the racquetball. So this is Baker expounding. Before I forget again, Paula McCulloch also was the one as testified to by Baker that she was the one to have purchased him to have basically put her name down for the Enterprise rent-a-car when he went on the day of the murder on the 23rd. The versa that was rented was because of Paula McCulloch. So we are continuing on from that part of the testimony.
Asked you if you also had been having a relationship with Paula, correct?
Correct.
Sean McCulloch, was he somebody who was a good friend of yours?
Yes.
Close relationship?
With both of them, yes.
And you told him you loved him, right? Like a brother.
Yeah, I did.
And was that also during the time that you were having sex with his wife?
Yes.
This guy's a different piece of shit. This guy's a different level piece of. Oh, this guy was not only boning Monica's, Fabio's wife. He was, and I'm interested to he was also boning this guy's wife that was also supposed to be his friend. I'm interested to. I want to know at this moment what Monica was looking like when she found this out. I'm kind of pissed that the cameraman is only viewing Baker in this scenario, because I would like to know. I would like to know this point. But anyway, let's just continue on with his testimony and see what comes out.
So that was a lie also, right?
What was a lie again?
Your whole relationship.
With who?
With Sean McCulloch.
I still love him. I still love him. Doesn't matter. I try to keep it together for him.
You tried to keep his marriage together for him? By having sex with his wife.
I tried.
And then you said Paula was someone who wouldn't go away. Is that right?
Like I said, this guy's a whole different level piece of shit. I just can't. You are actually going to go on to this. All through the last episode, we talked about credibility and everything, right? I don't know what to make of this, because it's not necessarily credibility damaging in a way, because he's not lying, he's telling the truth. That's just how we viewed it. But at the same time, you just gotta look at, when people hear that, yeah, it kind of doesn't help him in a way, because you want Monica to yourself. That's your motive for killing Monica. You took a plea, pleading guilty. We already have you on audio saying that that you would take the fall for her, everything, right? Then this comes out, and you are like, yeah, I was just helping him. It makes me feel like, well, then clearly you didn't want her that badly. Especially considering the fact that he has already testified to the idea. He's already testified to one key fact about how he stopped talking with other women for her. So now, this was on his direct. Sorry, I got water in my eye. I got tears. This guy's making me cry. How he stopped talking with other women to be with Monica, and now we're finding out he had slept with. Now I see the value of the I did not consider that, because now it's a direct impeachment. So it is credibility. It's a direct impeachment of the idea of his motive for wanting to be with Monica. That it just seems like that's a complete BS. And no, Monica and him were doing this, and it's more believable with the state theory being that they were just swinging around. So it's likely that Paula McCulloch was part of that swinging group. Hey, take it a trial. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see you. But yeah, so I'm going to first and foremost, I'm going to continue on. Let me just continue on playing.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you repeatedly called her from jail?
I did.
Isn't it true that you repeatedly sent her letters from jail?
I did.
Isn't it true that you asked her on numerous occasions to come visit you?
I did.
Isn't it also true that you asked her to send you things?
I did.
Books? Yes?
Yes.
Dictionary?
Yes.
Put money on your books?
Yes.
But you want the jury to believe that she was the one who wouldn't go away, right?
Oh, after.
As formed, it's argumentative.
So after that?
You told this jury that she was the one who wouldn't go away. That was a lie.
Not true.
Now, what I think is
eventually,
one second,
when
let me
you
try and
continue
pause this.
calling and
Let me try and pause this. What I think is going on here, and the reason why Beth is actually pressing this whole lie thing and trying to flip around the idea that it was her stalking, because their theory is the defense theory is predicated on the fact that Baker is a stalker. So if Baker is going up to testify that there is a likelihood that he had someone else stalking him, then you have, at least in my opinion anyway, then you have a situation in which they have to now change that whole idea that she was the one stalking him, and kind of put the defense in a bit where they have to, I personally think that they can't argue harassment if no one was harassing Baker as they were claiming. They can't claim that, and they can't claim that for the reason being he made that testimony so that it would make it seem like all he wanted was Monica, right? So with Paula coming into the picture to basically say, with Paula coming into the picture and he's saying, oh, she was harassing me, what is essentially happening is, I didn't want to be with Paula. She kept forcing herself on me. So therefore, it just kind of happened that way. That's to keep the motive intact. It also does another thing where it kind of keeps the whole harassment angle intact as well, which is kind of what I was alluding to, because now the defense could build on that whenever he comes back, because he is going to come back. They can now build on that and kind of puts out that harassment whenever it's going to come, because we haven't heard it yet from their direct examination. So I'm kind of waiting for that part of their theory to see through. But based on what is happening here, at least from what I'm seeing, he had to basically cop to that. He had to basically, this is a great thing that Beth has brought out, in my opinion, because he just undermines the whole premise of, I wanted Monica and Monica only. Other women were coming after me, but my eyes were on her. They were stalking me, kind of thing.
Writing her, she told you she didn't want to speak to you anymore.
That is also
correct?
true. That is also true.
And she never talked to you again.
That's true.
So she went away.
She did.
Did you also tell the jury yesterday that you didn't know that Viber was an encrypted app?
At first, when I first got the app, I didn't.
But eventually you knew it was.
Eventually, yes.
I want to know. Or I want to know when. Please ask him the question. They didn't ask him, but I would have loved to ask. When was that, by the way? Because we know from Cyber's testimony that it was in 4th of April. No, not 4th of April. I'm confusing the number for April. Anyway, it was in April 2016, some whatever day it was, that Viber announced that they were going encrypted. And all of a sudden, both of them just joined Viber at that point. So I want to see how Beth builds on that, because this is not the end of the cross-examination. This is not the end. So I want to see how that is delivered. I really do, because the fact that he's saying no, he did not know, I'm like, really? It's kind of giving me that kind of vibe. Like, really, you didn't know, huh?
Same thing with WhatsApp?
I found out later it was encrypted also.
So you didn't know either of those things?
Not really, no. At first, no.
Not really.
No, at first I didn't know.
Who's Al Birdsong?
A friend of mine.
Who did he work for prior to retirement?
Before he retired? You mean, retired from where?
That's my question. Where did he retire from?
The only place he worked.
Sustained.
Okay, so they're now going to talk about Birdsong. We're just going to skip through all of that because I think there was quite a bit of objections there. But if there is also we have to remember, on the direct examination, for some reason the state was forcing the idea on us that Birdsong and Monica and Baker did not have threesomes. I don't know why. I cannot figure out why on earth this would actually be a thing. Why they're so adamant to kind of say that this did not happen. It's something that I want to see unfold, because I just haven't had any idea why they're bringing this up. But that's something that I feel it's worthy to bring up. And also the fact that, Baker as well, we heard from Christopher Austin that him and Birdsong had met up sometime in Vegas 2016 in around the summertime, I think August. So that's the kind of context to go into this testimony with.
And what was his area of expertise from the Army and the TSA?
TSA, I don't know what he did at TSA. I think he just watched people or something, or he checked in people. I'm not sure.
Wasn't his specialty intel, data analysis, communications devices, encrypted applications, things of that nature?
That was his, I think.
Holy smokes. Is that what I'm thinking?
That was his homeland job, but not TSA. There's a difference.
Okay. And you never talked to him about encrypted applications, data analysis, how the police could trace you, things of that nature?
Still ruled.
You didn't talk to him about any of that?
No.
So if he told that to law enforcement, he would be mistaken?
I don't know what he would say.
It's overruled.
Say the question one more time?
Sure. If he told law enforcement that, then he would be mistaken.
If he told law enforcement what exactly? What's the that part?
That the two of you discussed encrypted applications, how to hide things from police, intel,
Gotcha.
data analysis, DNA, how to destroy DNA evidence, how to get away with crimes, trackers, things of that nature.
Speculation and hearsay is no foundation that he told you.
Overruled.
Yeah, I was about to say, I kind of feel bad for Monica's defense, because I kind of understand, like, if a witness is asking you, because I think the nature of the question was naturally speculative, testifying, all those things. But this is something I need to ask a lawyer, because what I've noticed here is if a witness actually turns around to say, no, you asked me the question, ask me that question, please, then maybe the court's hands are tied that they can't, well, the witness wants to know. So even if it's leading hearsay, I don't know. It's something that I have to ask, but it's kind of interesting because we didn't hear, like, the objections were overruled. And I think they have basis because I think it had basis because of what the questions were designed to answer. But because Baker was the one to have been, like, leading and like, yo, tell me what the hell is going on. What can the judge actually do? Like, he's the one asking for the information.
Never had that conversation that I remember with him. I never had it with him.
Right after the murder, you said you were going to go to Las Vegas, but then you didn't go to Las Vegas. Remember that?
Yes.
If I were to tell you that your vehicle was tracked to Las Vegas along with your cell phone, does that refresh your recollection?
I did go eventually. I just didn't go immediately.
And where did you go when you went to Las Vegas?
I stayed at his place.
Mm-hmm. And when you drove to Las Vegas, you drove through the night, correct?
I think so.
And in the morning, when you arrived in Las Vegas, where did you meet Al?
I think I met him at his house.
Didn't you go downtown to his office?
Eventually.
Isn't that where you met him that morning when you came in?
I went to his office, but it wasn't that morning.
Oh, they must have data. They must have location data to prove this. Like, this is too cocky for anybody to just go up and ask without knowing something. It's just too cocky. But yeah, taking the trial is right. I hope people have learned that nothing is encrypted. I mean, even Signal. I think I heard that the only thing is you can't set erasing messages. If you're an attorney speaking on Signal, you can't set instant erasing messages or something like that. I think I learned that from a lawyer on one of Kat's stream. I think she's appellate or something, and that's the only thing I think she said, that when so that one does delete, like once it's deleted, it's gone forever, but there still would be a transaction. So I think that's what Take a Trial is alluding to here. Yeah, definitely never assume that that anything is encrypted.
Did you tell Al that you fucked up when you committed this murder?
No.
Did you tell Al you fucked up because you cut your finger and that the only thing you could find was vinegar, no bleach, to clean up DNA at the crime scene?
No.
You didn't have that conversation with him?
I don't remember that conversation.
And the fact that the funny thing is,
you also were asked by Mr. Levine if you and Al and Monica had sex, and you said you don't know.
I didn't know.
You didn't want.
The funny thing about all of this testimony, right, is just the pure fact that our Birdsong is going to testify. So I think maybe they're not going to get this through him, but I think they're just going to just bring this in so that they can, whenever he comes, I don't know, but I think it's just to bring it in so that they can use it with him, with our Birdsong, and then they can see so that the jury can see the contradiction that Baker is putting here.
What?
I didn't have sex no.
The two of you didn't engage in three-way sex?
No.
Didn't Al Birdsong come to Los Angeles in 2016?
Probably came up a couple of times.
And you brought him to LA Fitness?
Yes.
Took him out with a bunch of your friends from LA Fitness?
Yes.
Did the same thing with Chris Austin?
Yes.
And when you and Chris Austin would go to Las Vegas and stay with Al, did you guys call those family meetings?
Sometimes, yeah. We call them that.
And when you introduced Al to your friends at LA Fitness, you also introduced them to the defendant, right?
If she was there.
Correct?
If she was there, yes.
Do you remember him staying in a hotel in Hollywood?
He stayed in a hotel. I don't know if it was Hollywood or not. I can't remember. It was somewhere downtown.
Do you remember going out with him and the defendant to play pool?
I do remember that.
And then do the three of you go back to his hotel room and have sex?
No, we went back to the hotel room to relax and watch some TV.
The three of you did not have sex?
No, not the three of us, no.
They have to. This has to be resolved. I'm sorry. His answer does kind of give me an idea of it being complete bullshit that they didn't have sex, but BS. Sorry, this guy gets under my skin. But all of this testimony, especially the one thing that just stuck out, is just the vinegar thing. That's something that we've never heard. The fact that he caught himself with of course we know how his blood was on the scene because he caught himself, and we already heard testimony from Shahil Salafia or something, I forgot her name, but some nice Indian lady. We already heard testimony around that, and he is basically, he just testified that there was no vinegar talk with our bird song. I'm gonna have to write it down. I'm gonna have to write it down. I'm sorry. Okay. No vinegar talk with birdsong. I feel like this is going to be very important when birdsong comes in, because I don't know if birdsong is one of the witnesses that basically flipped. I'm not sure if he's one of those witnesses like Austin. I don't know any details about his testimony, so he's coming after Baker is all done, because he's gonna come back and it's a lot more to cover. But yeah, I agree with taking a trial here. He's such a bad liar. He tried, but he is terrible. I mean, you can just like the way he just his answer on that cross-examination, like in regards to the whole, oh no, we didn't go back to have sex, we went back to watch TV. Like who's gonna believe that? Like, we were not even in the same location. What are you talking about? It's just justified. Like, we went back to watch TV in the room. Well, Donna Adelson said that they were repairing a TV. So, what does that mean? Like, not Donna Adelson, but well, yeah, Donna Adelson did say like they paid $5,000 for a TV. Does it really mean that they paid $5,000 to repair TV? Like, come on.
And what about in Las Vegas? When you went to Las Vegas with the defendant after you murdered her husband, did you guys again hang out with Al?
Yes.
And you guys were staying at the Aria, right?
I believe that was it.
Okay. And who paid for the room at the Aria?
I think she paid for it.
Okay. And when you stayed at the Aria, you and Al hung out with Monica in a cabana, right?
Yes.
And at some point in time, did you and Monica and Al have sex in a room at the Aria as well?
Not us three, no.
No.
Not us
So
three,
again,
no.
if Mr. Birdsong remembers that, he would again be mistaken.
Objection called for speculation, argumentative.
Overruled.
Say that one more time.
I think I was pretty clear.
Objection, Your Honor.
That's argumentative.
You can just repeat the question.
All right, I have to. Did you and Al Birdsong and Monica have sex for the second time in Las Vegas at the Aria?
Objection assumes facts, not an evidence there was a person.
It's overruled.
I was about to say that. Yeah, there was no first time, and no.
Did you have watched while Monica engaged in sex with other men while the two of you were in Las Vegas?
Well, no, not Las. No.
No. Okay.
So he never watched either. Okay. So.
You said that when you and Monica would get together to see each other all throughout 2016, it was very random. Correct?
Oh, it's a question? Yes.
And that was dependent on when she was free.
Yes.
Correct?
Okay. what they're about to go on to now is the involvement in the whole murder. But the one thing that I just found interesting in all of this is just, I can't get over it's just too specific. That vinegar, like, I know they're going to circle back to it. But now they're going into the involvement, and they were highlighting what Monica was sending back and forth to Baker to attack the testimony that everything was random, nothing was planned. It was just, we just met up when she knew that she was free. So let's hear what happened after that.
Twice, I don't know, but usually she just let me know he was leaving and going out of town or something.
So you're saying only once or twice?
That I remember.
So it could be more.
Or once or twice.
Could it be numerous times?
Could be anything. I don't remember.
Could be anything.
Could be once or twice that I remember. The rest I don't remember.
Okay. So basically what you're telling the jury is you don't remember her sending you Fabio's itineraries when he would travel more than once or twice.
So most of the time she told me the itinerary, most of the time. She just told me when he's leaving and when he's coming back.
So that the two of you could plan around his absences, correct?
Correct.
And one of those absences or business trips is when you slept over, right?
Yes.
And you told us that you got really drunk. And that's why you had to sleep over.
Couldn't drive, yeah.
Do you know somebody named Ron Ray?
Yes.
He was also one of your very close friends, correct?
He's just a friend of mine. He wasn't close, but he's a friend of mine.
Didn't you send him messages through your Facebook account telling him how much you loved him and Michelle and that they were family to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good friend. He's a friend, but he's not my best friend. He's a good friend.
And did you bring Monica there to introduce him to Ron and Michelle?
She met him.
You brought her to their house?
She met him.
Yes?
I think it was her house. But they met. I don't remember where, but I made sure they met.
You made sure they met. For context, Ron Ray gave testimony back in week 6, I think. I'm not sure of the episode number, but I think it was around the same time. Oh, flip. Anyway, this is on the fly, so I haven't got the episode number down. But that testimony in regards to Ron Ray goes to particularly the fact that Monica and Baker were planning to buy a new sell the family home that, you know, with Fabio and that was the plan, to sell that family home, start a new life, buy a new house. Ron Ray's wife is a realtor, so she was going to sort all of that out for them. They were going to move to Mexico and start their new life. Baker is basically trying to distance in a way because he knows that was the plan, but now he actually says, I made sure they met. Interesting choice of words, because my question is, why? And I hope, because she didn't unpack it, but I hope that it gets unpacked here. Later on, because she didn't unpack it here.
Do you remember going to Las Vegas towards the beginning of February? Just maybe a few days after the murder?
You talking about me, by myself?
Yes, you.
Okay, yeah. Probably. If I was in Vegas, I went to go see him.
Okay. So they were good friends of yours?
Yes.
Okay. So every time you would go to see Al, you would also drop in and see Ron and Michelle?
No, usually.
Okay. And when you went in February, did you and Ron play basketball until late one night at the beginning of February?
I played basketball with him a lot.
So is that yes?
I don't remember. I probably did. I don't remember.
And during that time, did you then go to a sushi place across the way?
Probably.
All right. So that's all that I wanted from that, because, again, the memory issues. So we're going to skip way ahead because there was a lot of, I consider, filler, because it was just going through all of the details that we already know in regards to the meeting, and he was just reasserting a lot of facts but it was the meeting with Austin at the bowling alley and going to the house. He Baker basically testified that he didn't know that Austin had flown back to Alaska, so giving the idea that they kind of went their separate ways, and what Austin was doing with his life, he just has no idea. He also testified that he was going in the silver. He had basically was driving the silver car, the car that basically Austin was driving, the Nissan Vertra, I think it was. Austin was driving that vehicle, got stopped. They switched over. He drove that vehicle, and he went to dispose of the Porsche. So that's the kind of story. So one thing that was missing from that is I just don't know where they put the Porsche before disposing on it, and even I don't know what was happening there, because if you were driving the vehicle that Austin was driving, where was the Porsche? How did you get to the Porsche? It just seemed like an inconsistency to me, because it just makes more sense that before Austin had gone back to Alaska, he would have driven the Versa home while you were driving the Porsche and going to where you dispose of it. I don't know. That just seems way more logical. Like if you had switched at one point, because there was testimony from Austin that he gave him the pillow, which included items when they were in the Porsche, and then they dispersed. It just makes a whole lot of sense that Baker would not have logically gone back into the Versa. So that's the only thing that I thought was a bit inconsistent. It just didn't fly. But nonetheless, he said he cleaned up the vehicle with the Clorox and the wipes and all of that. Like, yeah, he cleaned it up, and he left the Porsche. That's where the detectives, I believe, I don't know the context behind the Porsche in regards to how the detectives obtained the Porsche and got it back. But yeah, he basically testified to disposing it, which echoes back to Ryan Verner's week 2 testimony. So now we're going into the testimony that he has made in regards to basically confirming the state's theory that the family would not accept him as Monica's boyfriend. Let's go and watch.
You mean we or me?
The two of you.
We touched upon it, yeah.
And you talked about the fact that her family loved Fabio, right?
Yep.
And that her family would never accept you.
That she did say.
Okay. And that you had been introduced to her mother, right?
Yes.
And you had been introduced to her sister.
Yes.
When was the first time you think you were introduced to her sister?
I believe it was on a racquetball court, LA Fitness.
When?
I don't know the dates. I don't know the dates.
Do you remember
I love her
today,
so much.
this morning,
When?
when Mr. Levine asked you if something happened during the holidays of 2016 that led you to make a final determination that you were going to murder Fabio Sementilli?
Yes.
Do you remember saying that it was cemented in your head at that point in time that you were alone for several weeks during the holidays and into the new year?
Oh, I was without her, yes.
And so you didn't see her at all for several weeks, and that upset you?
Long story short, yes. Sporadic.
All right. So I know that Baker thinks that this testimony helps him in some way, because of course, because if he thinks, if he says yes, we have to keep it a secret because the family wouldn't accept me. Just helping the state's theory, because that's why Monica is involved. Because end of the day, I mean, she wouldn't do it if she didn't plan to leave the family and kind of slide out of the family when the time was convenient, and you two are going to a different country to live. That goes right into what the state have been trying to say. But anyway, let's continue on, because the next testimony that we are gonna be going through is a testimony where Monica, where Baker testifies. Well, yeah, Monica is involved, but yeah, where Baker testifies that when he went to the funeral, after being driven by Matt Nurse, this was when he saw that Monica was a complete wreck. Let's take a listen.
I don't know about the count.
Really? Do you remember in Van Nuys, when you were initially arrested on this case, appearing in court on a couple of occasions in Van Nuys before you were indicted and the case was sent downtown?
I remember being in Van Nuys many times because of this case.
Okay. And do you remember Mr. Levine in any of those overhears that were played for you, where you and Monica talked about the number of communications between the two of you with respect to what are referred to as overt acts in the charging document in this case regarding the conspiracy count?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's 255, page 2, Cyrase chart, showing the communications between October of 2015 and June 14th, the day of the arrest. 16,462 communications between you and the defendant.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a huge number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You sent her over 11,000 text messages. See that?
Yeah, I do.
The defendant sent you 4,800 messages. See that?
Yes.
Called you 400 times. See that?
I do.
So all of this is going through. It's kind of different to what I was basically saying, but all of this. Let's just get through it. All of this is basically going through everything that the amount of communications, because everything that Baker has been testifying to has been, hey, we have not the communications in regards to we mainly met up. The way that we communicate would normally be to find out we met up, and what that is going into the randomness that the state was basically getting into. So they're basically going straight into that to show there was a planning intent here, that the itineraries that was being sent could not have been done by accident at all. So now I want to go into, let's go back to the night of the murder again, because I missed out a bit in trying to do this chronologically. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit to try and put the context together to bring it back, because I just realized, and I hate to admit this on the live, but I just realized I used the wrong notes for that just happened. I was reading through the wrong notes. Yeah. So let me try and stitch this together. Let me do a quick Frankenstein monster stitch and see how I can navigate this based on what I just said in regards to Baker testifying about the vehicle disposal and going to the Porsche. Then we have now the communications, and we also have the funeral about Monica being a wreck. All of those are there. Now, those were unfortunately my notes from the direct examination. Now, I want to try and see from my notes from the cross-examination how I can put it together to show that Beth was attacking those 3 points. Let's see.
The night of the murder, 11:40 at night, you registered for WhatsApp.
I remember. I see that. I didn't even know that.
Didn't even know that. for context, by the way, he says that he has WhatsApp. He had WhatsApp and Viber at the same time on his phone. Just for context.
So is that just a coincidence that you and Monica deleted Viber from your cell phones prior to the murder, or on January 23rd, and then that night at 11:40 you registered for WhatsApp?
Just in case she might text me.
So it's just a coincidence?
No, you're just going to text me because I know she used WhatsApp a lot. I knew that she used that a lot.
Well, let me show you something else. What if I were to tell you that Monica didn't register for WhatsApp until January 27th?
I swore she used that app a lot more.
This is so funny to see both of them. It's funny seeing both Beth and Heather delivering this message, because the last time it was literally with Anna Crescentini that Heather delivered that it was Monica that downloaded WhatsApp at this certain point on the 27th. It was funny seeing Anna's reaction, because it was similar to this. It was like a deer in the headlights. Like, I did not know that. Oh gosh. So it's just not possible. It's just not possible that Hannah, that Monica and Baker were using WhatsApp at this time during the time. It's just it's out of the window. I'm gonna continue on with this. Let's continue on with this testimony in regards to this whole WhatsApp thing, and then we are going to let's continue.
Long time ago. I don't remember. I'm telling you, I don't remember. But I know she used it an awful lot, WhatsApp.
They've got to stop. They have got to stop with this I don't remember thing. They got to stop with no. How do you know she's used it a lot? You have a whole year, whole 2015 to 2017, the day of the murder, when she downloaded WhatsApp. You have the whole time. How do you know she uses a lot? This is why I said in the previous episode that it's I don't want to insinuate it, but it just seems so planned that this was gonna be the. I don't want to insinuate it. Let me just continue.
Because she was telling me about using it from Canada with her family.
See what I mean?
Page 62 from Officer Davis's PowerPoint that's contained on the flash drive that we've marked as Exhibit 158. You recognize this phone number here at the bottom that ends in 4213?
I can barely remember, but it's familiar. It's familiar.
Whose phone number is that?
I'm assuming it's hers. I'm only assuming. Monica's.
Right. Remember that?
I'm assuming it is, yeah.
You're assuming?
Yeah, I don't remember offhand anymore.
Well, let's assume you're correct. Do you see here the registration?
I do.
And what does it show?
8 in the morning on the 27th.
So now, the part that I want to get, hold up, let's go. The part that, I don't think there's anything important coming up. No, it's done. Okay, so the part that I want to get to now is, okay, so that's the WhatsApp done. Baker confirmed, it's been confirmed already that that the WhatsApp was downloaded on that night. Then they went on to testify in regards to Monica not accepting, the family not accepting him into the fold. Now, the key part about that is also, this is, before leading up to this, there was a question that was asked in regards to the runway situation, messaging the friends about it. There was a message that was sent to Spence, and this goes into the planning element with all of this. The reason why I say this goes into planning element, because this directly ties to why they were asking questions leading up to the entire Ron Ray situation, because he was messaging Spence and Ron Ray at the same time in December, November, December anyway, talking about moving together in together with Monica. So this is the context. Ron Ray, we haven't seen the text messages yet to, I know that they were talking about moving in together with Ron Ray, but this was the context to kind of give the idea and to kind of remind people, in this case the jury, to remind the jury that Baker was basically sending to Spence before they even talked to Ron Ray that he was planning to move in with Monica. Let's watch.
Do you want to list her by name by chance?
Bless you. And then you see here on the second page where Spence asks you on November 3rd, y'all living together, and you said a year. You're answering a prior question where he asked you, at the bottom of page 1, how long you've been together.
Gotcha.
This is November, again, of 2016.
Okay.
You said a year, and then you said probably start living together in about 3 months. So you gave a very specific timeline, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I see it.
And this would be before the murder of Fabio, right?
Yes, it's according to the date.
But you're already telling Spence that you're going to be living together the beginning of February, right?
Yeah.
And you talk about her daughters that are going to be going to school, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, you're going to be sort of free and clear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I see it.
And then on the last page, you said, now when I move into that spot, this place where you're moving in together, and then, or she moved in with me, and you always got a place to stay if I have room for sure, right?
Yeah.
And then Ron Ray, this is exhibit 206. I'm sorry, Ron, I don't know if I said, but the messages with Spence are in Curtis Davis's PowerPoint on exhibit 158. And this was pages 23 to 25. Moving on to exhibit 206. Again, messages with Ron Ray from November 12th of 2016. You recognize this?
So that's all the context that was needed, that was gone. So now, after giving the context in regards to that shows a theory, that puts Monica into all of this, that also shows the planning, the moving into a new place done with Spence, and then the WhatsApp involvement, and the fact that she downloaded WhatsApp, which I think there's going to be more testimony on, because we didn't get an expansion of what the WhatsApp really was on the direct examination, on the state's presentation of the case. But after all of that, and after he had testified to the communications, which is where we stopped last time, now this is where they now move Monica into the scene, and they start placing Monica in it. So they had the state basically laid the context to basically showing that Monica was sending nudes to Baker in the prison when she was in prison, that he had seen Baker seeing Monica during the holidays before the murder had occurred. So this was the same time that he was playing racquetball with Anna Crescentini, his sister, and all of that. That's where they met. So that's around the same time. But everything, and I don't know why there was such a massive importance on this whole burner phone. I still don't know, because the burner phone came after the murder. So I don't know the significance of the burner phone and what it has to do with all of this, but he was getting questioned about the burner phone. So let's listen to what he has to say in regards to the questioning around the burner phone and the exchange of it.
Phones under.
I don't remember. I just picked a name.
Like what? Give us an idea.
John Smith.
How about Daniel Jones?
Like I said, I don't remember. I told you that.
Okay. Does that sound familiar?
Probably.
And when you get a burner phone, what's the point?
To have a phone where if anybody's looking at you, they can't find you, they can't trace you.
And what did you do with those phones?
I planned on using them.
To communicate with who?
Anybody who I wanted to stay away from this whole thing with, because I figured they're going to be listening on my phone eventually, so I'm going to use this phone to stay offline.
Well, there were more than one, you just said.
Yes.
So you're going to use multiple phones?
Yes.
And how are you going to communicate with Monica after the murder?
Oh, after the murder? Well,
we're talking about January 29th when you went up to Victorville and you bought more than one burner phone.
Just in case I opened up some type of communication with her, if I can even communicate with her, I just wanted an extra phone just in case so I can talk to her if she's even able to talk to me.
So what do you mean?
I don't know. What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well, did you give one of those phones to her?
Eventually.
How about that night?
I don't know. I'm telling you, this is 8 years ago. I don't remember all this stuff. You have all the info in front of you. I don't.
So you went up to Victorville, as we said, on January 29th, and you purchased some burner phones under fake names, correct?
Yes.
And then later, did you come back to the Los Angeles area that night?
I think so.
Okay. And do you remember where you went?
No.
You remember going to the wake after the funeral service at Monica's house?
Was it that same day? I don't know. I remember going to some kind of get together for the family.
And you were the only one there that wasn't family or close friends of Fabio, right?
No, there was other people who came with me.
Who?
Well, Ricky, I said this before.
Yeah, that was a different night, sir.
No, Matthew
Really?
Nurse.
I don't remember going to that house that day.
You said Matthew Nurse drove you
I
there.
only went there once.
You said Matthew
Okay.
Nurse drove you there.
You remember going one evening with, after racquetball, coming to the gym saying that you weren't working there anymore, and then you and Matt were going over and you tried to get Sheila and Ricky to go with you over to the house?
That's the same day.
No.
Yeah, what if I told you it wasn't?
No.
That means my memory.
No, that means you're a liar.
That means my
you
memory
idiot.
is really gone.
No, that means you're a liar. So we got to write down the burner phone thing here, because he says the burner phone. Let me get the whiteboard. So he says the burner phone was given to Monica because, remember, the defense, they don't want to have their conversations out there or be traced or anything like that. They want to keep this relationship a secret. So that's kind of why the burner phone is here. So burner phone was given, I don't think you can read my writing, was given to Monica after, I forgot the name of the city, but is it Bernaville or something like that? Somethingville, Appleville. So after he had purchased actually didn't even write down after purchase. So after he had purchased the burner phone, that's when he went over and was at the funeral. Let's listen to it.
I really thought it was the same day.
No.
Okay. So the night that you came back from Victorville, do you remember going to the memorial get-together at the Sementilli home?
That's the same day, right? That's the one I'm thinking was. It's got to be the same day.
Okay, let's say it wasn't. Do you remember going to the memorial at the Sementilli home?
I remember going to something where there was a gathering of the family.
Family,
I remember that.
friends of Fabio?
Yes.
And you weren't either?
Say that one more time.
You were not either.
Well, that's argument.
Sustained.
You weren't friends with Fabio?
Oh, no.
You weren't family?
No.
Okay. And that night, did Monica's mom tell you you should leave?
She did after a while, but I wasn't alone on that.
Okay.
No. I think I personally, I was gonna say this at the end, but take a try. Ask. Do you think if Austin stayed quiet, they stay whatever case? No, I think Austin is the main reason. That's a good question, actually, to be honest, because they do have a lot of data. I think Austin is the main persuasive reason why the jury may have gone for the guilty verdict, because the night before shows a lot of premeditation, and I think there's a lot of blurring the lines in regards to that. Even though the crime, they're not charging Monica for the crime on the 22nd, the attempted murder. They're not charging her for that. They're charging her for this. So I think anyone with, the actual, anyone would just naturally think, if you did that, then you must have done this. I think that really changed everything. I think maybe you can argue, maybe someone could interpret the data wrong or something like that, and maybe they could get away with the date. But that context that Austin provided with the whole hit gone wrong on the 22nd kind of explains why there was pretty much scrambling, and it's also why I believe the defense was also trying so hard to make it seem like, with Anna Crescentini, to make it seem like she wasn't scrambling. She was actually calm on the day, because nothing was really afoot. Like, she didn't know what was going on, basically.
Showing you People's 46. You recall this night?
That's the same night we've been talking about. Yeah, that's the same night we've been talking about, that one to the house.
Mm-hmm. See the bandage on your left index finger?
I do.
Okay. That was related to the murder, right?
That was related to the hit and the murder.
The murder.
The hit and the murder. The racquetball hit and the murder.
Racquetball.
And the murder?
Huh?
And the murder, you said?
I'm sorry? It's overruled.
This guy is so bad at lying.
The knife that you
bad.
used. What kind of knife did you use to stab Fabio Sementilli in the neck?
It was some kind of hunting knife.
Some kind.
Some
Like
kind.
what?
I don't know the name of it.
How long was the blade?
Maybe 8 inches, maybe.
An 8-inch blade, bless you. Yes?
I'm guessing. I didn't measure it.
Well, you were in the military. You can approximate, right? You know the difference between various types of knives, right?
Sometimes.
It's overruled on all.
I didn't measure it, so I don't know. But it was kind of a big knife.
Okay. Big knife.
Kind of, yeah.
Folding knife?
No.
Fixed blade?
Yes.
Hilt?
Yes.
If there was a hilt, you wouldn't have cut yourself, right?
Objection calls for conclusion speculation.
It's overruled.
What's the point of that, having a hilt on a knife?
For me?
Yeah.
To keep you from getting cut
Right.
and to get a better grip.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay. Yeah. She's got you there. She's got you there. She's got him there. Why would you carry that knife? And then when you realize you got hit, you would naturally want to go to get the vinegar. I want to know how they're going to bring in this vinegar subject. I really want to know, because that is too specific.
And slippery, right?
Yes.
This knife didn't have a hilt, right?
Which knife?
The
one
knife
with-
you used to murder Fabio Sementilli.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different knife.
What other knife would we talk about, sir?
I don't know.
We're here to talk about what you did.
Yeah, I'm
right?
trying to help. I'm trying to get to the end of this thing. So yeah, let's continue this on. Let's continue.
It. Stop.
So I don't remember if it had a hilt or not. I just remember it was a bigger knife. I didn't study it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Sir. Sir.
Showing you People's 45. You recognize this?
I recognize me and her.
Sitting together,
Yeah.
right next to where Fabio was slaughtered.
Slaughtered. The choice of words, slaughtered.
Okay.
And you know, I know what's so interesting about this, yeah? That chair, Alicia, no, it's not Alicia. Damn it, I forgot the girl. Is it Alicia Bullingham? No, it's not her. It's not her. Truesdale, Alicia Truesdale. She testified that he was saying on that chair, Monica had posted on her Instagram that she was keep that chair warm for Fabio. And there he is, swooning over Monica.
Listening.
Is that right?
I see myself in Monica.
Look at her face. Look at her face right here.
Is that the same area?
It's this patio. It's the same patio.
Is it actually sitting right next to where you slaughtered Fabio Sementilli?
Slaughtered.
Or I killed him, yes.
You know what you did. You not only does he know what he did, he knows that word, like he let's just say it straight. He knows this is BS. He knows this is BS, and the reason why I say he knows that this is BS is the fact that he knows that Monica put him up to it. He knows that he would not have done this without Monica say so. He knows. So these words that are being used, if this was your aim, why are you feeling remorse? Why? Why are you feeling that? Because you only feel like that if you are trying to minimize your actions. You know, yeah, you slaughtered the guy because he didn't deserve to die. It's your confession. This is your doing. This is why I love Beth, because it's so subtle, the jabs. But yeah, it's your confession that has basically led to her using the word slaughtered. Because if you're going to say that I killed him to be with Monica, yeah, you slaughtered an innocent. For the purposes of this example, I'm gonna call Fabio an animal. I don't think he's an animal. You slaughtered an innocent lamb. That's it. That fits. Okay, I feel bad with that. Yeah, you slaughtered an innocent lamb to get the roebuck. Or you can put it together. So this next part of the testimony is where he, after being cornered into that testimony regarding the funeral, they now go back to the burner phone testimony. Yeah.
Same address, same fake name. This time an LG stylus phone. Is that the other phone you purchased?
Probably.
If I were to tell you this is a photograph, page 3 of People's 218 of the LG stylus, does that look familiar to you?
It could have been the same one. I mean, it could have been the same style phone. Probably was.
But you're saying you didn't give Monica the phone, the ZTE flip phone that we see here in People's 150, right?
Correct.
So do you know how she was able to get it to take with her to Canada 2 days later?
Do your thing, girlfriend.
Was it 2 days later? It can't be that soon.
Can't be that soon.
So I know you said you couldn't remember. It's fair. It's been a lot of years. You wanted to see photos. You wanted to see documents. I've shown you photos. I've shown you documents. Does this refresh your recollection that you went to the wake that night in order to give the defendant this burner phone?
Stop! He's already dead.
In order to give the defendant this burner phone.
No, I didn't give her anything that day.
So how did she get it to take with her to Canada 2 days later? Because you said you didn't see her after this night for weeks and weeks.
Something's wrong here.
Something is wrong. What do you mean something is wrong? Do you know how bad this is? Do you know how bad this is for you to claim that you are doing all of this to get Monica, and when the theory is no, you were doing this for Monica, and now you left this one piece, the burner for you, that one piece you couldn't account for. Now it's in your face, and you're like, this is not right. This doesn't seem right. I gave her the pointer phone after the funeral because he's sure. Because what he's trying, the story he told on direct examination is he reconnected with Monica 2 weeks later, which is where they met up. This was on direct examination. They met up 2 weeks after meeting up at the funeral, right? This is where he had given her a phone to speak with her, and basically kept the relationship a secret from there. Now it's just 2 days. Just.
Something's wrong.
Something is
No, at the wake or whatever that was, I didn't give her anything, and I remember leaving to go back to Vegas for a while, but I didn't leave a phone.
You said you bought it for her, though, right? You said you bought a burner phone, an extra burner phone.
Well, I bought it intending to giving it to her eventually somehow, but it wasn't. I cannot remember. I really can't remember. I really can't remember.
You can't use that now. You can't use that now. It's just too late. It's just too late. Nonetheless, that is everything that was important from his testimony. Well, when I say his, from from Baker's testimony, because the way this all ended is, they are gonna come back and testify, and Isabella Sementilli is up next. That's the next MVP that we're gonna get to, and the important part of her testimony is that she was the first person to return to the Sementilli residence at 4:54 p.m., which is literally because literally a minute earlier, not even a minute, maybe a millisecond earlier, that the Porsche had left with Baker and Austin driving out of the compound. So that's when Isabella came in. So this was a real sliding doors moment for the case, because we just don't know what would have happened if Isabella came. I literally, been at the premises just a bit earlier. But yeah, that was a real game changer. And crucially, what was crucial about all of this is that according to Missy Roberts on day 19 on her testimony, Isabella had called Monica at 4:22 p.m. before, and this was all. So there's literally 40 minutes or 30 minutes. My math saying that great. 32 minutes of time that has to be accounted for, and that is what the state is trying to basically. That's what I believe that the state has to try and fill in as they go into her cross-examination. But before that is a direct examination, and the link with the direct examination that I think that the state are trying to work with is the testimony from Luigi, who said that Jessica was the one to call her. So they're gonna fill in the blanks in between what was happening within that time, from Jessica coming back from Deborah Obad's house, because that's what we heard from Jessica's testimony on the state's on the state's presentation of evidence. So Jessica comes back from Deborah Obad's house when she had learned from Isabella, I believe it was from Isabella, that Fabio had died. So without further, let's get into literally the second MVP.
Can you describe what condition she was in after realizing that Fabio had been murdered?
She fell to her knees.
How do you know there were tears?
Because she was crying. Her face was wet.
3-minute and 40-second call. Does that seem about right? At 4:24, your mom called you?
Yes.
Okay, and she's telling you then to go to the eye doctor?
Yes.
Instead of going directly home, you now had to go out of your way home to the eye doctor to pick up your glasses?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into the second MVP, and this is the most valuable party in this case for the defense, Isabella Sementilli, and she is now going to testify into what she saw her mom that day doing, where she had basically found out that Fabio had died?
Day when I was interviewed by the police, I tried my best. I mean, I was crying. I was in shock. So
Your mother was also present at that time, correct?
yes.
How long after you arrived at the scene and saw your father out on the patio did your mother arrive?
It was probably less than 10 minutes. She was there. She was home.
Your mother is the defendant in this case, Monica Sementilli?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you describe what condition she was in after realizing that Fabio had been murdered?
She fell to her knees when she came home. She was screaming, crying. She couldn't stand up on her own. The minute she walked outside and saw what was happening, she fell to the floor.
Did that condition you observed change to any great degree the rest of that first night?
No.
When you say crying, did you see tears?
Yeah.
How do you know they were tears?
Because she was crying. Her face was wet.
Okay.
Let me ask you this.
I do think
before,
because the state has made such a big deal about the tears. We heard back to back testimony about these tears. I think that's pretty key, because on the day of the murder, like, you go up into context, on the day of the murder, like if this is someone that knows that Fabio was, there's so many ways to look at it, but I still think if she had seen, and this is the real value of that testimony, if she had seen on CCTV, right, when she went through the Wi-Fi with Curtis Davis' testimony about the network activity, if she had seen what was going on at the house, I don't think you can fake this. I don't think so. I think seeing that would have, so it does open, in my opinion. We know the verdict is guilty, we know. But I do think because I remember trial channel telling me that it took 8 hours for the jury to deliberate. And I'm so grateful that she gave me that information, because I didn't watch the trial. So I wouldn't know how long it took to deliberate over it. But if it took 8 hours, I'm pretty sure that this might have been the testimony that did it. That made like how could she have cried and lost it if that was the case? Are you ready for court tomorrow? Wait, is that the Banfield trial that you're talking about? Like, Banfield trial? I'm ready. I think it's gonna be a hung jury. You can kill me, but I don't think the state has done it. But anyway, let's continue on with the testimony here in regards to Isabella Sementilli going to the eye doctor that day.
I can go pick it up myself and then come home.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Go back a little bit. It seems I missed context.
She would have to be there with you, or whether you could just go there on your own and then go home?
She called me back and said I can go pick it up myself and then come home.
So Monica calls Isabella to go pick up the eye doctor. I believe that's the context within the 422 call to Monica to basically sort this all out.
And did you do that?
Yes.
When you called her, were you still at the Italian deli, or were you driving home already?
I was driving home already.
And then you went to the eye doctor, is that correct?
Yes.
You remember his name?
Dr. Cohen.
Okay. And you remember how long it took you to get there?
From where I was on the freeway, it was probably 15 minutes to get there, and then I picked up my glasses.
Okay. And your mother said she did not have to be there with you?
She did not have to be there with me.
So you just picked them up and left, correct?
Correct.
You did not have any eye exam or anything necessary at that point?
No.
You'd already been through that?
Right.
And then how long did it take you to get from Dr. Cohen's office to home?
It took me 7 minutes to get home.
So can you tell?
That's 7 minutes. 7 minutes to get home, but you got home at 4:54. I don't know why the defense would bring this in. I have no idea, because that just narrows that. That does not help at all, because this is a very big opportunity for the state right now to actually show the diversion that may have occurred. I don't know why they will bring this in, because this is a question for the state to ask, not for the defense. How long did it take you to go home? If it's 7 minutes, she went to the eye doctor. Let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. She was there for pick up the prescription. She's not there for eye test where she had to wait a bit. She's not there to get drops in the eye for treatment, nothing like that. Just to pick up the glasses. So this is an in and out job. 4:22, she calls Monica, right? She calls by Monica, goes to the eye doctor, give her 7 minutes, give her 7 minutes. That's 4:30, 4:31, or 4:29. Around that time, right? You are there. You now got there. Give 2 minutes for probably waiting just to get let's give 5 minutes. Just to get the glasses over. Got the glasses. 5 minutes. 2 to 5 minutes. So that's 4:35, 4:36. Drive by again, 7 minutes. How? That's 4:41. How are you reaching the house at 4:54? What happened in that time? This is just if you have a client to defend, you can't make these marginal mistakes. Imagine having someone like me in a jury who just looks at things. Someone like, like there are people out there. The point I'm trying to make is there are people out there that will scrutinize every little detail, and you're taking that risk with this question. That's, I don't know.
Tell us, as best you recall, what time it was that you first reached your home and parked.
It had to have been around 4:15. I remember.
4:15. Nope. This is why I don't take people's words seriously. But we'll continue on with her testimony, because we run out of time. 2 minutes left, because I usually try to keep this show for up to 1 hour 30 minutes. So I'll play this I'll continue playing this, and then I'll run on, and then we will close from there.
Sometime before 5 o'clock.
Before 5, yeah.
You don't know the exact time.
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's great that we actually have the CCTV presented to us by 3 different people, 4 actually, all showing her coming back at 4:54. You can't miss this. You just can't miss it.
And where'd you park?
I parked on the street outside of my house. That's usually where I parked.
Okay. Now, was the garage, how would you usually enter the house when you would park there?
I would enter the garage key code, and the garage would open, and then I would go through the door that leads to the kitchen.
All right, we'll have to stop here. We'll have to stop here. She's getting into the first witness, the eyewitness accounts when she first got into the house. We will continue this from next week, where I don't know. I don't know what to title it. But the reason why all of this is important is because, in my opinion, I don't know. In my opinion, everything that Baker was showing was just sticking to the word. And we are going to see next week why Isabella is pretty loyal to Monica's side, because of all of the antics that she was going through that week of that month, that 3 months after the murder. So I anticipate that when Baker does return, it's gonna take probably 5 episodes to do, because it's so much. 5 million episodes. I have no idea, because there's so much footage from her testimony. From his testimony. Sorry, shout out to the trial channel, because like literally, the way that she has put together and collated all of it, I could see it's really saved me time with preparation and everything. I could literally see how long each testimony is gonna be, and I know I'm going to have to dedicate back to back episodes, probably just profiling this guy. I'll think of something, I'll probably come up with some ideas. But anyway, we are yet to hear any testimony, right, from, the key evidence of Baker pretending to be a cop from New Orleans. We didn't hear anything about that, so hopefully the cross-examination is going to bring that out from Alice Bulligami, I think her name was, or Monica, saying that Fabio died in the car from returning to the dealership. I think we're going to hear testimony around that. Or and also the first attempt at Fabio's life, we did hear testimony around that. So they did attack this part, but those are the key facts. Those are the key bad facts that I thought was stand out in the state's case. But if you're watching this back on replay, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, if you've been following us all through of all of everything that's happened, what do you think of the witnesses, etc. Also, there is so many days left in this trial. I just want to say, if we are currently covering the Banfield case, right? And that is a case that I've been covering literally since it started from day one, providing daily coverage. So make sure you head over to ketchupcourt.info. Let me share the screen so that you guys can actually see. Let me share it. Yeah, so make sure you head over to ketchupcourt.info to get a full summary of what's been going on, a quick key evidence where you can see what everyone has been testifying to. The key details all out there. You can get acquainted with the case, the evidence that has been introduced on that day and every day as we've been following. And then you can also get the detailed reports there as well for this particular case, because the case is now over to the jury. Something that a lot of people thought that it was going to be like a straightforward, slam dunk verdict. It survived the weekend. It's similar to the Brian Walsh case, where it basically went to the weekend, came back on Monday, and it was a guilty verdict. We didn't know what's going to happen with the Walsh case. That case in of itself is anyway. So you can also go over to the contact page, and if you want to submit a case for me to take a look at, you can do it right there, or any other thing, like just contacting me if I've made a mistake somewhere or something like that. You can do it right there. I am also covering the Corey Richards trial. I'm gonna be covering that. It starts on Tuesday. Well, I think that's jury selection on Tuesday, so it's gonna start then. I'm gonna be covering it day by day on the channel, doing the trial monitoring, the preview, doing also a couple of previews as well. And I'm also going to be doing the full trial recap of the Banfield trial once the verdict is here, really. I'm also planning a debrief stream with other creators that have been covering the Banfield trial. So I just before we do sign off, I just wanna say, hopefully you guys are taking care over there in the States, because I know that the weather is a massive issue over there. But yeah, shout out to you, take it to trial, and Lynn for tuning in and using the chat. Like 13 degrees Fahrenheit is literally that's freezing. We use Celsius, so we know that's extremely freezing. So yeah, hopefully you guys take care of yourself out there. Anyway, I go by the name of Heinz, your friendly neighborhood ketchup man, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Thank you everyone for tuning in for another Ketchup Court live stream. Make sure that you smash that like button as well as hitting that subscribe button to be notified of our future live streams. We go live regularly, bringing you case updates and recaps of ongoing trials, so make sure you hurry back on the next live stream. We also have more content on the channel that you can binge on. Check out the playlist that we have showcasing all of these contents. Without further, I go by the name of Heinz, your friendly neighborhood ketchup man, and I'll see you back in court.